Kilgore Crude is a 9-hour, 9-episode epic mini-series about the East Texas oil boom, pretty much the first year. It starts maybe a little bit before with something of a backdoor pilot, and then by the end of episode 2, the oil boom prospecting is going on. Characters are introduced that become major historical characters that eventually become famous, legendary Texas Oilmen. H.L. Hunt, Clint Murkison, Dad Joyner, Doc Lloyd. These are all colorful characters that whose legends were born and came out of the East Texas oil boom. The 9-hour miniseries takes place as a struggle in a freedom colony that is on top of part of the largest distribution of the oil. Freedom Colony is basically where black freed slaves after the emancipation moved off and settled into marginal lands. So one of the largest players in this power struggle for the largest oil prize in the history of continental U.S. Is owned by blacks in the middle of a Jim Crow segregated South. The East Texas oil boom, the oil field, when it was finally determined its size, it was larger than the next 10 active oil fields in the U.S. combined. And because it was so large and had been missed by the majors, there was absolutely no one in control of it. Independent wildcatters had every bit as much a right to it as the majors did. They were the first ones in, and they really had a big struggle between the proration, the setting the price of oil, and just selling as much as they could and getting money, not really concerned about the lifespan of the oil field. It took the Supreme Court, it took the governor. He brought in first Texas Rangers to take care of the crime problem that just rose overnight. Finally, it took in the State Guard, the National Guard, to squelch the hot oil that was coming out. And it took Harold Ickes, the Secretary of Interior, to finally get the laws changed so that it could be stabilized. Again, it was just a huge story. The price of oil dropped to 5 cents a barrel. Oil was so cheap coming out of Texas that all the oil fields in the rest of the country shut down because they couldn't produce oil at 5 cents a barrel. And this was the first year of the Depression, so you can imagine that it was just it was a record mess for pretty much everyone involved. The 9-hour miniseries, it's 9 episodes, each about an hour long. And it starts around 1926 and ends pretty much after the first year of the East Texas oil boom, so it would end around October, November 1931.